Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my spiritual sanctuary. This is Sandra, and another day. Here we are. I said I would be back today with the power of surrender. So here we are. I hope everybody's doing well as we're moving forward in our lockdown situation. Maybe some people are being released and you're able to go out and explore, and the beaches are open, and pools are open, and trails are open, so I hope you're enjoying your day. And let me get started on the power of surrender. So the power of surrender will usually come after the power of acceptance. So first you accept what has happened as if it was divinely orchestrated. Some things on our external environment we have no control over, like this pandemic that we are facing right now as a world. And those are the external influences that are the ones that are the most difficult because they are outside of our control. We have no control over what happens to us on an external level. But what we do have control over is our response and our reaction on an internal level. So once we have accepted what has happened as this is truth, and this is the way life is going to be, now what's next, okay? And maybe you don't know what that is. Maybe you've lost your job, you've lost maybe a place that you've lived for a long time, or you've decided to move, and there's a brand new beginning. Yeah, maybe some of you have to close your businesses and you have to reinvent your business, like on a internet level. Like a lot of people are taking all of their business to a Zoom level or whatever. But creativity is what is needed now to bring everything to the next level, our next ascension, let's say, as the planet we're rising up on an ascension level, as a collective society, as one, okay? So this is wonderful news for us because I know it doesn't feel that way at the time, but we are moving to a different level of consciousness, okay? And that's moving towards the fifth dimensional. So the power of surrender can actually work two ways, okay? So the best thing when you're in deep emotional pain or your external circumstance has somehow changed, you have a death, a loss, whatever it may be, the best way to get through that is surrender to a higher power, okay? Accept that this is what's happened, accept the fact, and surrender that maybe I don't know what to do. I'm going to give it up. I'm going to give it to God because I don't have the answer right in front of me, okay? And when we open up and we give up and we just say, I don't know the answer, and on an internal level, I don't have the answers for that next step. Then you go within, go into meditation, you go into prayer, and you ask for the answers, okay? But you surrender completely to something greater outside yourself. And if you don't believe in God, you're just surrendering to a higher energy field, whatever that may be, whatever deity you belong to, whatever religion you belong to. It doesn't matter. It's all the divine. It's the divine, the one mind, the one source, okay? Once we surrender to that and we give up, it creates infinite possibilities that can be brought to us because we're open and receptive to whatever comes our way. Okay, there's no blocks. Okay, it's not like I got to do it this way. I have to go this way because this is the way I've always done it. I don't know any other way. I'm used to surviving this way. No, none of that. Give it up because something greater than you can ever imagine may be replaced by that thing that you've been holding so tightly to that is not serving you now. Okay, once you do that, you would have complete acceptance and complete surrender. You allow new things to come into your path. Now, the next thing is surrendering people, places, and things that no longer you are a vibrational match with. Okay, so that may be you need to move. Okay, you know that you're not supposed to be in one place, you move to another place. You have been let go by one job, you need to find a new job. Okay, you're surrendering one for something better. It's always better. So no fretting about, what may happen, or I'll never have what I had before. No, none of that, because it's always for our highest good, and it's always replaced by something better and more lucrative, or gets us on the right path in that direction. It may not be exactly what you're looking for when you initially start out on this path, but wait and see the doors that open along the way. It's almost like the universe is waiting for you to take that next step, and then more is revealed. You take another 2 steps and more is revealed. Another 2 steps and more is revealed. In the universe, if they gave it to us all at once, we wouldn't know what to do with it. Okay, we're not ready for that. So it comes in increments, but you have to be on a conscious level and be willing and open and receptive to receive that information as it's being filtered in. Okay, cool. Now you got that. Now, so when I surrender, I, it's actually not a passive surrender. It's actually active. It's doing nothing but receiving everything. And I know that may sound strange, because as a society, as we've been living up to this point, we are conditioned. Let's say we're conditioned and brought up to believe that the more we do, be, the more we'll have. That's not true. That is not true. Sometimes it's just stepping back, sitting back, and allowing will bring exactly what we need to us. So it is actually, surrender is an active activity. It's not passive. Okay, so just know that, because a lot of people feel like they're doing nothing for their circumstances or whatever. It is an active role in your life when you surrender. Okay, and the power, like I said yesterday, the power is in the surrender. The power is in the surrender. You're not forcing things to happen anymore that the universe is trying to release, so that it can bring you the new in. Okay, so constant flow is what's needed for proper growth. That's healthy. Hanging on to things is not healthy. It's not. Knowing when to let those go is what your intuition is all about. You listen to the voices of the divine and allow things to come. Okay, so now what I would like to do next is, I did say that I do have an affirmative prayer from my book, and I would like to read that to you now. So you can use this anytime you feel like you need a little more oomph from the divine. Okay, this is a little more oomph. And if you read this on a regular basis every day, and when you have that doubt and all of those voices in your head, and the misguided voice that tells you all those things you can't do, puts that thread of doubt in you, then read this. Okay, so this is the affirmative prayer for the power of surrender. Letting go and letting God in my life is moving to the winning side. When once surrender meant losing something, it now means moving easily and effortlessly into the flow of the divine right order. Moving to the winning side, I readily find myself surrendering to God's divine grace. I am immersed in grace, and I feel the embrace of grace wrapped around me like a warm, comforting blanket. So soft, so sweet is this that I readily and easily accept its power as my own. I am one with this infinite power, and I claim it now. I know my own truth. I am a powerful divine being of light, love, and wisdom. Coming into my own truth, my own power, I can let go and allow life to unfold in delicious waves of infinite possibilities. I love that. My life is good. My life is so very, very good right now. I feel it. I claim it. I live it. And so it is. Feel that? How wonderful that is? How wonderful that feels? Yeah, that's what I want you to take that out, okay? And use it. Use that one and the power of acceptance, okay? Now, I know last Friday I talked about forgiveness and the power of forgiveness. One of the things that I did not say about the power of forgiveness is forgiveness recognizes what you thought your brother did to you has not occurred. It does not pardon sins and make them real. It sees there was no sin. And in that view are all your sins forgiven. What is sin except a false idea about God's Son? Forgiveness merely sees its falsity and therefore lets it go. When what then is free to take its place is now the will of God. Okay? Forgiveness doesn't mean that you have to continue to play with the role that you were playing before and become a victim again. No, that's not what forgiveness is for you, because if you hold anger, resentment, all of those negative vibes, and I know I have them, we all do. We're on the earth, we're in earth school, so we're constantly learning and growing. But when those emotions, those negative emotions come up, we need to release them so they're not stored in the tissues and the energy cells of our body, because that is what turns into dis-ease. Okay, that's where the energetic component of resentment will eat you away. Okay, so we don't want that. So forgiveness is for you so that you can release it, and it doesn't mean you are okay with what that person did to you, because if it's really, really difficult, really bad, if somebody murders one of your children or something, that's very hard to forgive. But it's better to forgive than to live with the resentment and anger the rest of your life, because it is not what God wants for us in the divine. Okay, so these little segments that I do from my book, Unlocking the Grief Code, using mind, body, and spirit healing solutions, healing from the soul level, is just to help people today, because I know everybody's going through a lot of change, transition, and transformation. So these tools will help you. Acceptance, surrender, and forgiveness. Those are the three components that will get you on the right path, so that then you can start creating the life of your dreams without bringing all that old baggage with you, okay? Because that's really what we need to do at that point. God has another plan for us. We don't know what that is, and maybe we do. However, we need to move forward in that direction so we can live our divine purpose. Okay? So that's all I have today. I hope you enjoyed my little 3 elements from my book. If you want to get a free copy of my book, I am giving it away free for the month of May. And what you can do is email me at myspiritualsanctuaryinfo@gmail.com. And I'll send you a link, okay? My website is undergoing construction right now. I thought it might be up, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen, and maybe till next week. So the best thing is to email me right now. However, do go and peruse my my website if you'd like. It's myspiritualsanctuary.com, okay? I do have several programs going on right now for Feng Shui, Astrology, tarot card readings, if you have anything that you need to know. And that's all going to be listed below. And then if you're looking to get a Feng Shui consultation, and I can do that virtually, don't have to be at your house to do that, or you want an astrology session, I do that by phone or Skype as well, then go ahead and email me at myspiritualsanctuaryinfo@gmail.com, and I will get right back with you. We'll get you scheduled in my calendar, and I really look forward to working with you. Okay? So I'll be back tomorrow with another topic, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to surprise you. All right. Have a wonderful evening, my friends, and thanks for joining me. If this is your first time, thank you so much for joining me. And if you're coming back, welcome back. Okay. All right. See you tomorrow, my friends. Namaste.